What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another prep series video, another weekly recap going down. I will start off and say it was quite a stressful week and still kind of getting into the rhythm of things. The last week or at 12 weeks out, I did move apartments, so just moving everything, getting everything sorted behind the scenes, all the adult stuff, quite stressful. And then moving to a new gym, which we'll cover in this video in terms of training, also the activity and diet side of things. As always, if this is your first time tuning in, feel free to check out that prep playlist and get a week by week so far on how prep has been going. So this video though will be focused on 12 weeks out from the first show and then kind of setting the standards for 11 weeks out. So without further ado, hop over to the training. And I will throw it up on screen. You will see a couple of exercises highlighted yellow, and essentially those are the exercises that I did switch out at the new gym, mostly due to exercise equipment changes, and then also a couple of different leg machines and just access to other items that I found I really enjoyed while trying out a couple of new pieces last week. So kind of wanted to stick to a similar structure, obviously, keep as many variables in check. So it looks like just how it fell, around one exercise per day got swapped out or changed. So first thing on the push day is for the seated military press, did swap in the Arsenal shoulder press. Unfortunately, won't have training videos for all of these different exercises, but hopefully see one or two on screen. Just the chest supported row, very similar exercise, just a totally different machine with having access to Arsenal strength pieces. So we'll be doing a new chest supported row there. And then on the lower day, we'll be switching over from the V squat variation that I just did for a couple of weeks to an Arsenal pendulum squat, and really enjoyed that piece. So gonna just try and milk as much out of that leg piece as possible for that lower day. And then kind of moving on to the back half of the week, did just swap out a lat pull down variation for chin-ups, and that's just due to me doing that like cardio and arm day in my apartment gym and just don't have access to the same piece I usually had for the lat pull down. So swapping in chin-ups, and that'll get me a little bit of extra volume for the biceps as well. And then lastly, finishing out the week with the upper and lower day, switched out incline dumbbell bench for incline barbell bench. That might swap back just depending on how I'm feeling. Thought I would give incline barbell bench a shot just because of the stability that it takes for dumbbells. I get a bit more stability out of having a barbell in my hands and being able to push a barbell instead of just two dumbbells separate. But nothing else changed there. And then lastly, we'll actually be dropping hack squat out of my lower day too. Really enjoyed the Cybex piece that I had access to at Fitness Connection, but just wasn't a huge fan of the Arsenal hack squat piece. So we'll be swapping in a belt squat and trying that out. I've rarely used belt squats in the past, but whenever I did, I really enjoyed them. So hoping that movement can become a staple going forward. And that kind of caps it out for training, but a lot of number adjustments, just getting acquainted with the gym equipment for these next couple of weeks, and then hopefully hit the ground running. The biggest thing for me is just trying not to make an excuse for myself to reduce loads or like reduce that intensity level just because I'm swapping over machines. So that's a big thing, just to key in on, for my training going forward. Now we will hop over to the prep activity and diet section. So gonna throw up the last 2 weeks of the diet and activity. So at 13 weeks out was still doing that diet break, so weight jumped up just a bit. And then the moving week, I'll call it, or 12 weeks out, had a lot more activity than normal. So because of that, we did also drop calories down to the 2891. Macros just came out at 244 protein, 291 carb, and 81 fat. So very healthy macro, like split and calorie count that I'm looking for going forward. Anything from that 28 to 2900 range is what I'm trying to shoot for these next couple of weeks. Cardio, as always, 20 minutes incline treadmill at 3 miles per hour and a 12.5 incline, and that'll get you right out to the 200 calories. And then also, just a side note, I have been like just mentally tracking step count, so just want to get past that 9,000 steps per day in terms of like just keeping activity as standard of a variable as possible. So we'll always have that structured cardio, and then just on my Garmin watch hitting that 9,000 steps. And then weight did come down 3.1 pounds this week, which is a little aggressive, but once again, did have a very, very active week in terms of moving. So just a lot higher step counts than traditionally I'll have. So not going to adjust anything there. Going to give it another week or two and kind of assess the situation from there. And then also, unfortunately, you will see one of the weight sections blank. Just totally lapsed my mind to weigh myself that day. Don't know what was happening. Will say the diet fatigue setting in a little bit, just a little bit more irritable. The brain fog a little bit. So definitely getting leaner, and hopefully you guys are kind of seeing the physique on screen for the posing section now. But yeah, just a lot of change in life right now. So just trying to keep on track with the prep going forward. We'll be keeping that 28 to 2,900 calories going. Training, just trying to get settled in as always with the new equipment. Just get into a really good rhythm in the new place, in the new gym. Just a totally different environment, but really excited as we're kind of getting to